Hi, my name is Ron Arnold. I'm the ex-vice chair of Scotts Valley Band of Pomo Indians. I also, I'm just looking at today, what this recording is about is what's going on in tribal government today is a bunch of corruption, underhandedness, bad councils, and families in power just treating their tribal families, if they're not formed and they're against them, and they treat them like shit. All of them are. From there's a group called Arrow who has 11,000 members, and every one of them have been mistreated from their tribes, various tribes, from all the way from California to New York. They have 11,000 members, people who have run for council and won, and then been not allowed on, and that not given their their rights to proper justice, or whatever the flow is. And also there's so much stuff that's going on here. It's ridiculous. In our tribe itself, there's so much turmoil. We have a family with a handicapped child, a child under 8, and that's also a family of 5 who are being unjust, trying to kick out. It was okay when they were so-called on the other people's side and kind of just staying out of it and stuff so far, with not dealing with the corruption, or just didn't realize what they were dealing with, not realizing what the corruption was. Then once they seen it, and then they started talking about it, and then all of a sudden the council and this one administrator called Ben Wright, who's causing a lot of, they started what you call a chairman's group here, chairman's association, which Ben Wright got in there with him, and no one knows where he is. We feel he's a plant from Allen Ginsberg, what do you call, a housing mogul billionaire who is trying to get tribes and run tribes, trying to get like 70% of the business of a casino, and he can't do that. He doesn't even know the rules. The tribe's supposed to get 70%, where the investor gets 30%, but it's not good enough for. Plus, he wants ownership of the casino, which he can't have. So he tries and cheat the tribes any way he can. I hate to say, he's a Jew, a very bad Jew, who tries to just lie, cheat, do whatever he can. He's Ben Wright. We feel he's a plant. We can't even get a background check on him. They won't allow us a background check on this guy. No one knows where he came from, and he tells the council. We feel like calling him Chairman Wright, but he tells the council everything, what to do. They don't talk until he gives them the okay. It's ridiculous what we have, and we feel he's done that with another tribe called Robinson. We feel he's done that with them too. And they're having trouble. They disenrolled people and so forth, and it's ridiculous what they've done. And they rely on a lot of uneducated people to run their tribe, and people who think they're educated but are not, and they won't step down. It's a lot of corruption that goes on, and there's people who will step up and will fight them. But these guys lie and cheat, and they get the money to back them. That's what makes it hard. They have the money to back them. It's not their money, but it's government money that they're using for illegal purposes. And that's what makes it hard. They do, or they have this, like I say, Ginsberg. Our tribe has a Ginsberg who pays people off, who pays the council off. Or we're trying to barely get by, and they're wondering why we're upset. They want us to wait for many years to try to get a casino from where we're not from, you know, and they do everything they can in their power to lie, cheat. You know, they're like I was saying, the family here, my niece and them, they're trying to, damn, what I, you know, kick them out, evict them from their place. Like I said, it was okay when they were kind of on their side, but when they started seeing what's going on, then all of a sudden they went against them. And now they're bad people, and so they're trying to get rid of them. And they were trying to kick them out without no court, nothing. But we are now about ready to go to court. But we need to get this out there to people, and don't let the investors run your tribe. And something needs to be done with the BIA and various people to get rid of. No, the BIA is somewhat responsible for a lot of this too. It's just so much corruption there. It's like, why do we need BIA if all they're going to do is cause trouble? You know, that's my feelings. A lot of people's feelings. They stand out when they stay out of it when they want to. When all they got to do is step in, they could stop things from happening. But no, they'd rather have their turmoil going on, and it's the way that they get to keep their jobs, and well, the Indian people suffer, just like in the old days when they took the good meat and left the Indians with the bad rotted meat. You know, they're the same thing. Even though they're Native Americans now, back then it was white people. Now it's Native Americans, and they're still doing us wrong, our own people. You know, and that's what's going on with all these tribes. Just the corruption. They want to take the good meat and leave all the others with the bad rotten meat. It's just ridiculous the way things are going, and all we ask for is a fair shake. You know, if you want to do that, then let's split tribe and let's let us do what we need to do, and you guys do your thing, and we don't have to be around each other, don't have to see each other, because otherwise someone's going to be getting hurt. Maybe that's what needs to happen. Someone needs to get hurt in these tribes for BIA and other peoples to act and see what's going on. You know, that's what it's coming to. It's a lot of people are getting upset with what's going on. So, any more questions? Any more questions?
It's open to you.
Okay. That's pretty much it. Yeah, just what's going on today.
All right.
Hi, my name is Michael Bryant. I'm with the Scotts Valley Band of Pomo Indians, and I was here to speak on the issues of tribal corruption and tribal greed. And I'm just going from my own experiences from back in 2007 when I was hired in the Richmond office to do work. That's when I started hearing things about we lost our investors, everybody's getting paid off, things weren't going right. And I was hearing this, getting phone calls at this Richmond office back in 2007 to where reporters were calling, people were calling, asking to speak to people, like the chairman. He wasn't there because I was the only one there at the office.
This is Ron Arnold, Scotts Valley Band of Pomo Indians again. I was talking about the eviction earlier, and I just thought about, you know, my niece when brother got together and they fought. They wrote up papers, so they went and we were able to get it into court because they were coming to evict them today. And matter of fact, our chairman, the administrator Ben Wright, who I talked about earlier, one of the tribal people who I think my nephew Mike just talked about, who went to jail for DUIs and came back and had his job, and yet he went to rehab and came back, and his was only for 3 months, where the other guys were six months, and then they fired him. But the other guy they kept because that's their nephews. And also there was also another council person and the locksmith. They came here. The chairman made a special trip from the Bay Area to come here and make sure that this family, it was kicked out with, like I said, with a little girl, a handicapped child, and three, well, a youngster who just graduated from high school, and then my niece and her husband. It's ridiculous. You know, this is the person who's supposed to be looking out for us, but yet he makes a special trip to make sure that they're out of the place after he says that they're going to help them in any way they can. That's the person we got looking out for us. That's why, you know, before this turns into an Elam situation, we need to change things because it's getting there. And then they're trying to get rid of my brother Les Miller, who done a lot of stuff in Indian country, good stuff, positive stuff, land acquisitions, land things for land and trust, fighting for that and everything when he was chairman, and they're trying to get rid of him because he's stepping up and he's saying what they're doing is wrong, and we're saying once they get rid of him, then they're going to try to get rid of me and my other family members. But because we step up and say something, matter of fact, they kicked me, my nephew, and two nephews out of the office because we went and made copies, and we told them this is our tribal office. We're the owners of this. We're the part owners of this office. You guys work for us. That's all we said. Next thing we know, our chairman is calling us liars, saying that, well, we have 3 affidavits from employees who said you guys were cussing them out and everything. And so we wrote up affidavits, and they took it to them, but yet they still don't believe us because they still have a paper up saying Ron Arnold, Michael Bryant, George Watchman are kicked out of office, or violence and like that. There was no violence. It was just us making papers, making copies of the corruption stuff that they had done that we got on public record, and they would come up and they said paid lawyers thousands of dollars to come up and say no, it was a lie and stuff, which turns out wasn't a lie because things came up later that they had to get rid of an investor because they were going to lose everything that was going on. Actually, they didn't even get rid of him. He's still there. Ginsburg is still in the wings calling shots again with Ben Wright. Yeah, it's ridiculous. And I just but they came to get rid of this family, but now we finally got a court date on Monday to see them, and they have to step up, and everything's going to come out. Things are going to come out that they didn't want to come out. All the things that they were trying to bribe them with and everything, and they shouldn't. They're not going by HUD guidelines. They're not following anything. They're just doing whatever they want, whatever they feel they have a right to do. They're going to do, no matter what. They don't even know what the Constitution means. They don't follow it whatsoever. We just heard today they appointed one of their nieces to the election board. You don't appoint. It says they has to be elected from the general membership at a general membership meeting. We just had a general membership meeting, and they didn't even bring up to vote on anybody for the election board. Instead, they just appoint someone. That's the way they do business, and that is not right. That's why it's going to come down to violence if things don't change. That's why things need to change, and that's all I'm saying. We need to change things. We need help out there because these guys are they're terrible. If it takes someone getting killed, it's coming to that. Someone may get hurt, killed, for someone to wake up and say, okay, maybe we got to change things. We got to help out these people who are being hurt. And I understand Thompson and them are trying to do something, Ray Hall and them, but we